Hi, our friends through Agents Empowered. It's Anna, and I wanted to share my Monday motivation video with all of you. Imagine your success, your income, your happiness, or your health as a thermostat in your life. You see, we had the opportunity to be in a small space with Ed Milet this past week as part of our amazing organization at EXP. And I was reminded of this analogy that he gives in one of his books and how much I've always loved it. And I think that it's a really important time to share that with you. If this internal thermostat, right, all these beliefs about yourself are set to a comfortable 70 degrees, no matter what happens, whether you get a big win or you face a setback, you're always going to find yourself at that level. Think about a thermostat in your home. If it's set to 70 degrees, the temperature is always going to go back to that level. So even if the window's opened on a cold day, yes, it might work a little bit harder, but ultimately it's not going to continue rising. It's going to stop at that comfortable 70 degrees, right? If the heat kicks in and it gets too hot, the AC is going to bring it down. Your life can very much work the same way because your internal thermostat is set by your beliefs, habits, and your self-image. If you see yourself as someone who does okay in real estate or in life for that matter, no matter how many opportunities come your way, you're going to unconsciously find a way to regulate back to that level. But if we can adjust that thermostat, if you can truly believe and operate that you're at a higher standard, you will naturally create results that match that. So the difference between agents, I believe, who consistently succeed and those who struggle, it's not just effort. It's not just effort. It's that they have truly raised their thermostat to expect and sustain, and I think that's what's so important, sustain a higher level of business income and personal growth. We all have these moments where our business will pop off. We all have seasons where we really grow, but how do we continue to sustain and grow from there? So I want to ask you some questions as we go into this week. What is your thermostat set to? Be very honest with yourself here. Am I being honest with myself? Really? What is your thermostat set to? And am I letting old beliefs cap my potential? And then probably the most important thing, what small changes can I make today to raise that standard, right? So I want to go through a few ways of how we can actually raise our thermostat, right? How do we make our thermostat run at a higher level? So if you want to permanent level up, we've got to reset that internal thermostat. And here's one of the ways that we can do it today. Number one, we're going to upgrade your self-image. Your results will never exceed the identity that you hold for yourself. I want you to make sure you hear that it is you hold for yourself, not how others hold for you, not how your spouse looks at you, not how your teammates look at you, not how your children look at you. It's how you hold your identity for yourself. If you want to close more deals, increase your income, get healthier, build a bigger network, start seeing yourself as a person who does that, you've got to see it before it happens. Elena Cardone gave amazing advice one time. She said, I lived like a billionaire before I was a billionaire. I saw myself as a billionaire way before I was one. So who is the version of you that's operating at a higher level? How does that person handle challenges and how do they show up every day? How are you going to show up every day to match this new self-image? Your brain will work to make that identity a reality if you reinforce it daily. How do you do this? Number two, you've got to surround yourself with higher thermostats. I am on what I call real estate church camp high, right? I went last week to build. It was amazing. I was around people with high frequencies, with high thermostats. I feel very inspired. I feel very capable today. You have to surround yourself with higher thermostats. So who do you need to spend more time with? What conversations do you need to find yourself to be able to be part of? And then where are you going to go and find books, podcasts, trainings that can elevate your thinking? This right here, this is one of our reasons why we do what we do, because we want to give people the opportunity to be around higher thermostats. We want to give ourselves the opportunity to be around higher thermostats. It's one of the reasons why I'm making this video this morning, why we have a YouTube library of over 100 videos, why we have thousands of views on those videos, because we believe that people need to be around higher thermostats? And most importantly, what actions are you going to take today? What actions are going to reinforce this higher setting? If you want to be someone who consistently books listings, and you've got extra calls to make today. If you want to be a strong negotiator, you need to study deals and role play strategies. If you want to increase your presence in the community, schedule time for networking events and get your client follow-ups in. Every action you take tells your brain, this is who I am now. So I'm going to give you a challenge this week to turn up the heat. Identify one area where you've been stuck at a very low setting. It could be income, health, consistency, mindset, growth. And ask, what's the one small shift I can make today to start raising my thermostat? How can I challenge my current comfort zone? And what's the one bold action that I can take that is going to align with my next level? You guys, the market, the rates, the competition, it's all going to fluctuate. There's going to constantly be doors that are opening and blowing cold air in, and there's going to constantly be sweltering hot days that are going to put the pressure on you. But you have got to get your thermostat where you can operate at a high level, and you'll be in control of your results no matter what. What I wanted to share, because one of the reasons why I believe that we use a thermostat in the range, and think about this, if you go into anyone's house, other than a couple psychopaths, everyone's thermostats kind of stay in the same range. As humans, we have a temperature that makes us feel comfortable. One of the other amazing voices that I got to hear this week, it was the second time I've been able to hear him in a similar space, was Gary Brecka, who is a human biohacker, really smart science guy. And he said this: aging is the aggressive pursuit of comfort. And I thought it was an interesting parallel, because I think comfort is the killer of business. I think it's the killer of growth. I mean, in comfort is the opposite of growth and expansion, which is what entrepreneurs need every day to survive. I'm not saying we have to be crazy pulling our hair out, just dying. I think you have to live in the present moment and enjoy what you're building, but you cannot live in a place of comfort. But I think it's interesting. This really transcends into this health world as well. Aging is the aggressive pursuit of comfort. Most people's thermostats are set at the same place every single day, and it's a matter of comfort. We want to be comfortable in our homes. So I'm going to challenge you, change that thermostat today. Do it by being a part of this group. Do it by looking at yourself differently, and do it by actually taking action so that your brain knows that you are serious about making this shift. Allison and I have shared multiple times this past week that we are so open and ready to hear problems that you have, questions that you have. We want to help you change your thermostat, because we want people in our world that help keep our thermostats at uncomfortable places so that we can grow and so that we can expand. This community is so, so, so vital to achieving this role. So I hope that you have an amazing week. I hope that you change your thermostat. Let us know how you're changing your thermostats. And plug in. We've got a couple of in-person opportunities this week. My office, if you're in the North Carolina area, or Central North Carolina area, tomorrow. We've got our mastermind on Wednesday online, as we always do, and Friday, coastal North Carolina agents. We will be down in Morehead City running a coffee and conversations. We're going to do all things farming and circle prospecting. I'm going to bring that playbook out for you guys to take a look at, and hopefully expand and also be able to implement. As always, we're always available. I hope you have an amazing week. Thank you so much for being part of this community that we love so much.